Welcome, everyone. Today I was sitting in communion with Mother Mary and the Order of the Blue Ray, and I want to bring forward in a summarized version the teachings that were shared in the live. I find that my audience is enjoying these summarized versions, these recap versions, and then if you wish to hear the original transmission, it's also posted here on my Patreon for you to to listen to. So we're here today to talk about the Master Key, to share a Master Key, this Master Key transmission, invocation, prayer with you, and to dive into some teachings on truth, grace, wisdom, and peace as we focus in on specific parts of this invocation. So, this Master Key is a prayer, a living prayer, an invocation, a way of returning to coherence, a way of returning to the alignment of your truth so that you may stand as a pillar of divine knowing and allow the source life force to flow through you and into the world. This key came through an affirmation and divine timing. It was affirmed, it had come through me, and I had written it down, and I had danced it a few times, and I shared it recently after I got the affirmation in a reel on my Instagram that you can find. But it was affirmed through coming in contact with another member of the family of light. And she goes by Sophia on YouTube, and I'll make sure that she is mentioned and a link to her account below so you can see her version of the Master Key and also come into contact with her transmissions. So I have now named my prayer the Master Key as per the guidance of Yeshua coming through the other account through Sophia. And I feel this key is important now. I not only feel it, I know it, because this is a time that asks us to cut through distortion. We are being given, we are in the time of choice, in awakening to the power of choice. And it's a time for us to move beyond the pressure and patterning of what we have inherited, to move beyond linear time and into presence, to move into unity consciousness. It's happening. There are those here now who are meant to become anchor points of light through this transition. And this key helps anchor you into your truth, regardless of what outer circumstances appear to be saying. The prayer is this. Holy Mother Father Sophia, divine source, eternal light of original creation, I open myself to the remembrance of who I truly am. Illuminate my Christed self beyond all distortion, illusion, and fear. Restore coherence and truth within my being. Stabilize me in the living presence of my soul. Anchor me as a pillar of light in service to love, wisdom, and truth. All false identities, inherited limitations, and distorted perceptions dissolve in the presence of all that I am. Liberate my awareness from all that separates me from the reality of the One. I remember the purity of my original creation. I walk in sovereignty, humility, devotion, and courage. My thoughts, words, actions, and creations become coherent with the highest expression of my soul. I embody truth fully through grace and peace. I radiate the glory of my love without condition. I am a clear reflection of divine intelligence in human form. I open my perception to recognize your guidance. I refine my heart so I may receive deeper remembrance with gentleness and clarity. I choose alignment with the eternal light. I choose liberation from distortion. I choose the living path of embodied truth. Thank you, thank you, thank you. By the power of three, perfect Trinity, it is done. Amen. And then Mother Mary brings us attention to this line. The line is, I refine my heart so I may receive deeper remembrance with gentleness and clarity. I've been receiving so much around how Sophia Christ consciousness flows into exaltation here on earth, and Mother Mary shows this as a refinement of the heart womb. Our awakening to Christ consciousness, to unity consciousness, is not merely understanding mechanics, fields, biohacking, electrical systems, or physics. There is a mastery in flowing light into existence. There is a dance between what might we call the inner masculine and feminine currents. Not masculine and feminine as identities, but as divine channels that move through all beings. One current holds the field. One current articulates life. The field of life is held. And the choice of how life expresses itself emerges through the divine feminine stream. This feminine presence is becoming unavoidable because humanity is remembering, and our bodies are becoming more sensitive and aware. We are being asked to refine how we move through the world, to refine how we move our bodies, how we move our light. This heart womb inside of us radiates through the entire body, and it is found through the center. And this is why we call this place the heart. This is the vortex. This is where remembrance begins to emerge. And as we refine the heart, remembrance arrives more clearly. And when remembrance arrives more clearly, we move into greater self-mastery inside linear time. This new consciousness asks us to see ourselves differently, to remember that we chose to come here. We chose to arrive in service to life. And as we remain clear of distortion, we step into a presence of knowing, a knowing that allows us to become conduits for peace. Mother Mary speaks to truth. She says truth is unique. Truth is not universal in expression. Truth is an individuated experience. Truth is your chosen path, your chosen investigation, your chosen exploration. Truth exists inside the boundaries of your beingness. Truth is fluid. Truth has a feminine quality. Truth is connected to how wisdom becomes embodied. Wisdom is the field that holds your chosen truth. Truth moves and decides, and wisdom holds. Truth belongs to your soul's unfolding, your soul's chosen, individuated fractal of source experience. And therefore, truth unfolds uniquely through you. Truth is not outside of you. Truth lives inside your experience, inside your strange, beautiful, impossible life. There is nothing truer than your own direct experience. Your truth unfolds moment to moment, and truth is not something to find. Truth is something to remember. Wisdom could be understood as the soul's accumulated field of experience. And then your higher self says, these are the truths I wish to explore. These are the frequencies I wish to gather. These are the experiences I wish to bring into wisdom. Truth becomes your pathway through limitation, your pathway through separateness. And then comes grace. Grace receives truth. Grace becomes the emotional field that says yes to your unfolding. Grace is the strength required to remain open to your own power. Grace is surrender. Not surrender through weakness, but surrender through devotion. Through a devotion to accepting the fullness of your experience. Grace says, I accept my truth. I accept my choices. I accept the unfolding. And the masculine field that holds grace is peace. Peace gives infinitely without condition. Peace receives unconditionally without condition. Peace becomes and is a magnetizing field. Peace receives from wisdom everything you could possibly need, everything required to fulfill the truth your heart has accepted. Peace gathers, peace draws, peace supplies everything necessary for your chosen experience. And although this may sound simple, it is not simple inside the forgetting, because consciousness itself does not move linearly. It moves through fields, and this understanding changes everything. So Mother Mary summarizes this for us. Truth is feminine, formless, potential. Wisdom is masculine, form, structure. Truth cannot be fully grasped through logic. Truth is felt. It contains all possible choices, all possible expressions, all possible forms of becoming. Your truth cannot be reduced to an archetype. Truth is expansive. It is alive. And ultimately, your truth is your soul's choice to find love, to discover love, to deepen into contact with love, and express it, to exalt it into physical form. May peace be within you. Amen.